Good day, all of you. Today's topic is energy from different food component. You all aware about that we get energy from three major source, and that is carbohydrate, proteins, and then lipid. Lastly, first of all, carbohydrate. That we have seen in previous topic, that how this carbohydrate get converts into glucose and glucose into ATP. That means one molecule of glucose will give 38 molecules of ATP, that we have discussed in a previous step. And then we were towards that the excess of carbohydrate. If we are eating excess of carbohydrate, what happens to it? The excess of carbohydrate gets stored in the liver in the form of glycogen, and that glycogen is again breakdown as when we require, when we don't take carbohydrate from external source. Now the second thing was protein. Now what is this protein? Protein is nothing but a macromolecule formed by bonding together many amino acid. Means amino acid is the smaller unit of the protein, and this number of amino acid combined together, and the molecule means complex molecule of protein is prepared. Now the protein from animal origin are called first class protein. Why? Because the protein that we get from animal origin, it get absorbed very fast in our body, and that is the form that we required in our body. That's won't be any conversion of that protein. It will be directly absorbed and utilized. Hence it is known as first class protein. We get 4 kilocalories of energy per gram of protein. Understood? And other source of protein that we get is from pulses. That pulses and other grains from and vegetable, these are the source of protein. That protein we eat will get digested in our body, and the smaller unit, that is amino acids, are formed, and these amino acids are absorbed in the body, and they are transported to each organ and cell via blood. And from this amino acid, organ and cell produce various protein necessary for themselves and the whole body. You can see the example given in this chart related to the use of amino acid. That is, amino acids are required for first of all skin, for the formation of melanin and keratin. These are the two protein present in the skin. Melanin is responsible for giving color pigmentation, and keratin means the formation of nails, the nails and hair. These are nothing but the protein keratin. Then amino acids are required by the bones for bone protein, that is osine. Osine is required in bone marrow, and it is used for formation of various bones, and it helps in the attachment of calcium with the help of vitamin D, that is osine. Then amino acid is also required by cells, that is for production of various protein of cell membrane and various enzyme. Then it is also required by pancreas. Pancreas are the gland present in our system, which are used for liberation of two hormone, that is insulin and trypsin. Insulin you are aware about, that is insulin is required to control the blood glucose level. And lastly then pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is the gland from which we get various hormone. It is the biggest gland present in the between our head. And then our muscles require two types of protein, that is actin and myosin, and they are also known as flexible protein, because when any muscle contract or relax, this protein is required. And lastly the blood. In blood we get we require this protein in the form of, for the formation of hemoglobin and antibodies. So, and when there is excess of protein, it is not being stored in our body initially, because it get breakdown in the form of ammonia, and it is eliminated out of the body. But if necessary, in some cases protein get converts into a useful substance like glucose in the process known as gluconeogenesis. This is the process which we have discussed previously, that is formation of energy by other food source. You can see on the back side, I can recall you again where we have studied this process. This process was conversion of ATP through the protein when there was a loss of carbohydrate, or there was no carbohydrate. At that time this protein get converted into amino acid and then acetyl CoA. So this process is known as glyconeogenesis. Understood? And then plant produce necessary amino acid from minerals. In plant the amino acid is source of amino acid is mineral, means they don't eat protein, they utilize mineral for production of amino acid, and then this amino acid get converts into protein. The enzyme which is present in plant is rubisco, which is present in the plant chloroplast, is most abundant protein found in the nature. This rubisco, the full form of rubisco is ribose 1,5-biphosphate carboxylase और oxygenase. ठीक है, carboxylase और oxygenase, these are the name of this ribisco. I have once more repeat the same thing, that is ribulose 1,5-biphosphate carboxylase or oxygenase. This enzyme is required by plant for fixation of carbon dioxide and conversion of this atmospheric carbon dioxide into energy.